Very beautiful day. Good afternoon to everybody looking at us, watching us all over the continent, across the globe. We say it's quite a while. Uh, we've come on air. I'm very, very sorry for the delay. It's due to some technical issues. But nevertheless, we are fully prepared for you today as we keep you in suspense to unfold the goodies for today's episode. As we review and take you through all what has transpired on before now and what's going to happen today and tomorrow in the UEFA Champions League and also our under 23 Olympic qualifier ahead of 2024. A very beautiful afternoon to you, Mr. Stanley. You are looking good.
Thank you.
It's quite a while.
Wow. Not for the technical issues. I believe we have done 2 or 3 episodes.
Yes. But to God be the glory, we are on air back.
Back on air.
Yes.
That does the joy.
Yes. Let's quickly run through what we have on ground for today as we unfold by telling us that first and foremost, congratulations to that our under 23 Eagles team for the victory that led them to at least to the next stage of the fixtures. Yeah. In fact, I was so overwhelmed about the outcome of the result at Lake Salami, Hadama Sigba Stadium in Ibadan against Tanzania when they took over the match. To you, how does it appear to you? What can you say in respect of that match?
To me, actually, during the first leg match that was played in Tanzania, where we played a 1-1 draw with the Tanzania under 23 team, I felt the coach, Salisu Yusuf, is long overdue as the home-based Eagles team.
Okay.
Apart from when Keshi took us to the home-based Chan Nations Cup.
Yes, in Ghana then.
Then we came third. After that, we've not really have an input participation in that. And all this why it has been Salisu Yusuf being the coach.
Wow.
Even when he was on suspension, when he was caught on camera collecting the typical packages from players, he was suspended, and after 2 years of suspension or 1 year suspension,
he was back on the pitch
and is now still coaching the Chan Eagles. That will be hosted in Australia.
And I
didn't see him that chance of qualifying for the Olympic team when he was still called upon to anchor to coach the Olympic Eagles. But to God be the glory. After the 1-1 draw in Tanzania, we came back home at the Adamagu Sigba Stadium to play a 1-1, a 2-0 draw,
winning
over Tanzania. That gave us a 3-1 aggregate over Tanzania. So it really shows that there was an improvement in the team. And as at this morning, the next round of features have been released.
Wow.
Nigeria is going to in Egypt versus Zambia, versus Sudan, South Africa versus Congo, DR Congo versus Ghana, Senegal versus Mali, and Gabon versus Cameroon.
Wow, Nigeria.
Yes.
Looking at this match.
So what now is final round. The qualifiers, the winner of this round will move automatically to the Olympic Nations.
Olympic Games.
No, not Olympic. The African version of the Nations Cup for the Olympic team.
Yes.
The first 3 represents Africa.
At Paris. That was the France.
Olympic 2024.
Wow. Wow.
So as it is now, we have one order that will take us to the group stage. And then at the group stage, anything can happen. And we are lucky to pick the ticket from our group because it's going to be a 8-team
Mm.
format where we'll have 4 teams per group.
Then.
And it's like the 2 semi-finalists will automatically get to the Olympic.
Wow.
And we know that in the Olympic, African has Nigeria, Cameroon, and have made Africa so proud.
Yes.
Nigeria have won the Olympic. Cameroon have won the Olympic gold. Then one other country have gotten bronze or silver. So
And that's interesting.
Ghana too has been there.
But the people there is if we are being chanced.
If we are
Okay.
opportunity to meet
That's
meet
the right
Guinea,
sentence.
that means we will be at
the next thing. That's an interesting one. Like you said earlier, I think the NFF and the Nigeria Football Association, even the supporters club at this point, I think everybody has a key role to play when it comes to whoever that will be the one overseeing any of our team, either the Super Falcons, Super Eagles, Golden Eagles, and the other 23 are even talking of. Because the issue of nepotism, man no man, has become to stay
it has
in
always been a thing of our
culture.
society.
No,
In
well,
whatever we do
all
in
those
Nigeria.
all those things. That's why I give kudos, and I say it positively. That was what makes football in the Western world keep thriving, even beyond expectation. When they believe competency, ability, and recent performance of each player. Then moving ahead, that's also drive us to the UEFA Champions League, which everybody is also waiting for to know what is going to happen tonight, tomorrow, and beyond.
Before we move to the next
Yes.
stage, we should use this opportunity to congratulate the Nigerian Flamingos
Wow.
and
Yes,
its
they also
coach,
did well.
Coach Bankole Olowokere,
Yes, yes.
who tutored them to India, where they went, they saw, they
They
conquered.
conquer. And on
And
this note, we say
today,
kudos to you.
Nigerian Flamingos won the bronze medal,
It's
in
not easy. It's not easy.
making it the second African country to get to that stage.
Or even making Nigerians proud
So congratulations
in the Western world. We say
to the
congratulations to
Flamingos.
Flamingos and the coach.
Congratulations to Coach Bankole Olowokere.
Congratulations to you.
To top it up, congratulations to Ahmed Musa for the kind gesture
Yes.
and donation
Even looking at what Ahmed
which
Musa did
motivated
recently.
the
So
Olympic team
yes,
and
honestly,
the
had they
Flamingos.
been we see such players
So
like that.
we need that kind of gestures
Mm.
that Ahmed Musa have shown. We need other players
To also emulate that.
To emulate this. This is a kind of ginger that will
Yeah.
ginger those players to do more, knowing
Yes,
fully well that
exactly.
somebody made a promise to them.
Even giving back to the society, because
So
most of these
that's just it.
players are still
Ahmed
grassroots
Musa,
players.
congratulations to
Ahmed
you for
Musa,
that.
kudos to you on that note. We say, in fact, a very big thank you for the extension of love to your co-players. And on this note, let's quickly round up and go back to the UEFA Champions League,
Yeah.
where
That's the big
everybody
stage.
is looking forward to watch and see what's going to happen across Europe tonight and tomorrow. We have it in different series of groups. We have Group A.
Let's start from Group A.
Yes, we have Napoli, we have Liverpool, we have Ajax, and we have Rangers from Scotland.
And the table looks like
Wow.
Napoli.
Looking at this table, Napoli has already finished, and in fact, is the most qualified
taken care of
person. And then Liverpool
have played 5 matches and they've gotten
15 consistently
points.
without no lose.
Liverpool have lost 1 out of 5,
Yes.
and they have 12 points.
Wow.
And that's what have qualified them to the knockout stage.
Automatically, Ajax and Rangers
Ajax and
is
Rangers.
going back to the Europa.
Ajax have 3 points. Rangers have no points.
Wow.
If at the end of today's match between Ajax and Rangers, anything that happens can overturn the table.
Wow.
But as it is now, Ajax is moving back to Europa League.
Wow.
While Rangers is going back home to go and strategize for next season.
To see what's going to happen.
So as it is now, Liverpool versus Napoli, done and dusted. The two of them have qualified for that group.
Done and dusted.
It now looks at who is going to be first and who is going to be second. As it is right now,
yes,
Napoli is on top.
On top. So, unstoppable.
And they are
Napoli.
They are
looking at what our own Victor Osimhen did over the weekend.
So
it was so amazing. So amazing. I believe if not for the fact that Nigeria is not going to partake in the upcoming World Cup in Qatar. Honestly, I say it authoritatively that Osimhen will have proved himself beyond a reasonable doubt.
The World Cup in question is just about 20 days away from now. And we've seen that some players are already ruled out of the World Cup.
Wow.
A player like Pogba is not going to be part
yes,
of
Pogba is having injury for now.
The injury
yes,
sustained.
Yes. And in the likes of Reece James of England also. He's not going to partake in.
Any player that have injury is likely to miss the World Cup.
Wow.
Away from the World Cup, because we still have time for the World Cup.
Yes.
That's not started. Let's continue with the Champions League.
And looking at the Champions League Group B today, we have a Club Brugge, we have Porto, we have Atletico Madrid, and they have a Bayer Leverkusen.
The table looks like FC Porto have already gathered what it needs to gather.
Couple with the Club Brugge.
5 matches, winning 3, drawing 1, and losing 1, which have given them a total of 10 points.
Yes.
And FC Porto, second, 9 points, 5 matches, win 3, lost 2, no draw. Give them 9 points, which places them on the second on the table. Atletico Madrid,
yes,
is third on the table. 5 matches, win 1, draw 2, lost 2, 5 points.
Wow.
Then Bayer Leverkusen sitting at the bottom of the table, 5 matches, win 1, draw 1, lost 3, 4 points.
Seeing and what have transpired on this table now,
as it is right now,
yes,
Club Brugge, FC Porto have qualified for this group.
Wow.
1 and 2.
Why Atletico Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen
Atletico Madrid returns to the UEFA Europa League, while Bayer Leverkusen goes back home to go and strategize to see if he will come back to the Champions League come next year or Europa League. Either way.
Moving ahead to Group C. Wow.
Group C is so dicey and interesting.
Very well. Very interesting.
Group C is so interesting is Barcelona is in that team.
And
Barcelona in that team is placed third.
Yes. The almighty Barcelona.
Inter Milan. And Bayern Munich is sitting top of the table.
Holding 15 points.
With 15 points. 5 matches, win 5, draw nothing, lost nothing. And they start with 15 points on top of the table. Very comfortable and consistent.
Followed by Inter Milan.
Straight winning. Today's match will make it the 6th match. Can they make it 18 points in a row? They played Inter in Munich. They won Inter in
and believe me, if Bayern Munich could overthrow or beat Inter Milan in the San Siro today. No.
Today's match is being played
in Germany. In Germany.
Bayern Munich beat Inter Milan at San Siro.
That's another landmark.
That's a landmark. Yeah, because Bayern Munich is topping that league table, followed by Inter. Barcelona have been
And Victoria
sent
Pilsen, Barcelona
to
having 4 points. Honestly, I think
the Europa
it's the
League.
high time we review, let's say, all Barcelona fans, including
Mm.
the coach himself, coupled with the sports director and the board of directors of
the
Barcelona,
coach,
to review.
like I keep telling people, nothing
Yes.
stays on top forever.
Wow. Nothing stays on top
forever.
forever.
You don't have a champion forever.
Wow. Wow. That's another lesson.
Like in economics, they will tell you that the law of diminishing returns will set in. In this law of diminishing returns, fatigue, injuries, and some other factors that you can't even imagine of. Barcelona have been a team that have played matches for a period of how many years now?
And looking at the
experience and whatsoever
they've gathered so far in the UEFA Champions League.
I didn't
believe
team that have been in the UEFA Champions League for a long time, and today they are now being relegated to the Europa League. Like I do call the Europa League schoolboys football club because it's being played on a Thursday.
Yes.
So the night of champion is on Tuesdays and Wednesday. And if you are not part of the night of champion, that means you are playing a schoolboy football, which is on a Thursday. And today we are seeing Barcelona dropping to that.
Yes.
And
it's so painful.
Victoria Pilsen is meeting.
Then moving ahead to the group D, the UEFA Champions League group stage.
Group D
is
the most funny.
Sporting Lisbon
in that
Antwerp Frankfurt and the Olympic Marseille.
As it is right now, everybody in that group have a chance to qualify to the next.
How do you mean? Is it because they're looking at the range of scores and
the points place all of them in a position to move ahead, depending on what you play at the end of today?
In the likes of Tottenham gathering 8 points.
Tottenham have 8 points from 5 matches.
Sporting
winning 2, drawing 2, losing 1. Sporting Lisbon is coming second in that group. Playing 5 matches, win 2, draw 1, plus 2, 7 points. Eintracht Frankfurt, 5 matches, win 2, draw 1, lost 2,
and Olympic Marseille.
And Olympic Marseille, 5 points, win 2, draw nothing, lost 3. So as it is in that group, anybody that wins today
and anybody that loses goes back to Europa. Wow.
So for that group D,
that means that group D is so dicey.
It's dicey. So anybody that wants it most, the performance will show.
Talk of Group E, the almighty and the pride of England, Chelsea.
Group C.
Group E, Chelsea, AC Milan, Salzburg, and Dynamo Zagreb. Wow.
Dynamo Zagreb is playing Chelsea today at the
tomorrow.
Yes,
that's tomorrow.
At the
Stamford Bridge. That is in the West London.
Milan is playing FC
Salzburg. Yes.
A win for Milan.
Seeing this table alone, how do you feel?
The table alone shows
that showcased himself.
I've showcased
to some extent.
Yeah. Chelsea is moving.
AC Milan.
AC Milan is moving to the next stage.
Chelsea gathered 10 points despite the fact they are crawling at the initial stage.
Salzburg is third, and it's likely a defeat by Milan to Salzburg. We see Salzburg moving into the Europa League.
In fact, that was my point of argument now.
Dynamo Zagreb against Chelsea. Chelsea is coming on a revenge mission.
Based on what happened in the first leg, where Chelsea were being trashed, it's a 1-0 down.
That match alone paved the way for the outstage of Thomas Tuchel.
And Aubameyang also, the striker himself. I think at this point, Chelsea needs to
was sacked after the match against Dynamo Zagreb. And today we have a new coach handling Chelsea.
Graham Potter.
And Graham Potter, as it is, was given a baptism of fire last weekend
over the weekend.
when he visited his former team,
his own former team, Brighton. And that's so
and
devastating.
he
Honestly,
was given a
I couldn't
shock of
expect
his
such
life.
results.
4-1.
4-1. Brighton trashing Chelsea 4-1.
4-1. So it shows
The
that
Almighty, the pride of England. And on this note, Chelsea fans, just take it easy over there.
Easy, take heart.
Take heart.
You don't win every day. There are days you win.
That's a game of football. And on this note, we say Chelsea need to do something very fast, because as we move ahead now, Chelsea is facing the pride of North London, which is Arsenal.
The next match against Chelsea in
English Premier League side. That's
against Arsenal. And Arsenal, apart from
I've seen Arsenal is doing very, very fantastically well.
They lost to
against Manchester United. They've never lost any game as we speak right now. And Chelsea need to do something reasonable and work towards that the defense line. Also with the keeper, I believe there is always a communication error.
The table in the EPL shows that Chelsea is out of the top 4 for now.
Yeah,
the table in EPL shows that the first top 4 in EPL is Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham, and Newcastle. 2 unrelated, unknown
team coming up to hijack the position of Liverpool and Chelsea.
The top 4.
No.
And although the way it is, although like I keep saying, the match have just started. They've just played about 13 matches.
We are almost getting to December time. Then we know the field.
By next towards the ending of the month, there's going to be a break that some player will go and answer their national call by representing their country at the forthcoming World Cup in
and Chelsea coach Graham Potter needs to change his style of playing, because I believe he believes in 3-4-3.
Like I said, every coach has his own style. Maybe that's what he has in Brighton.
Because after that match, a lot of Chelsea fans were also complaining, looking at the formation they used against Brighton, that no, Chelsea doesn't deserve such outcome of the result. Having 4-1.
Like I do tell people, you see, football is a game of chance. In between 90 minutes, anything can happen.
Wow.
A slip by the defense line can cause damage. So when you are playing on the field of football, your 100% concentration should be on the ball.
Moving ahead,
your midfield should be compact, ready, as well as the defense line. Once there is lapse between the midfield, the defense, and the attack, you have crisis.
And there is an information going on that Chelsea injuries players, the most key players in the likes of N'Golo Kante, are all fit now for them to resume on the pitch.
That if N'Golo Kante is fit to play today, that's a plus for Chelsea.
Yes.
And like today's match, I know that Chelsea wants to revenge the 1-0
and prove themselves to the
entire world. So I see today's match ending 3-1
in favor
of Chelsea.
In favor of Chelsea. In favor of Chelsea, 3-1. Then moving ahead, Chelsea 10 points, AC Milan 7 points, FC Salzburg 6 points, and Dynamo Zagreb 4 points. We are moving ahead to Group F as we look forward to the table. Let's see how it goes here also, where we have a lot. Real Madrid, RB Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Celtic.
The standing shows those that have qualified
already
in
the likes of Real Madrid and RB Leipzig.
Real Madrid have played 5 matches and they've gotten 10 points.
Yes.
They lost one match
against
RB Leipzig. And that match was a tough one for them because they were far away from their home ground, Santiago Bernabeu, where they visited.
Due to the absence of Karim Benzema.
So
I believe if Karim Benzema is on the pitch,
you can't have Karim Benzema all the time.
Pitch. Yes.
So you always have to work on the other players.
But in the likes of
it is now,
Junior himself and Rodrigo, they all perform excellent well in that match. In fact, but like you rightly said, and your usual way, that football is not mathematics.
No.
It's not something you can work, let's say 1 + 1 is equals to 2.
No.
Till when you get to the pitch, when you now know, okay, what today's atmosphere is looking like, before you know it, probably is in your favor or against.
There are some certain things that makes it stand out a team. The goalkeeping.
Yes.
When the goalkeeper is 100% at bat.
But see what Real Madrid and Girona played over the weekend. Honestly, I see them missing Karim Benzema in that pitch because Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior, they tried all capacity, all they could do in order to retain that 3 points that over the weekend. But you know, due to the VAR that assisted them, that's a VAR that assisted the referee in capturing the handball, which was being fouled by was it Asensio inside the box.
I didn't really watch the match.
Yeah, so no, that was what actually transpired because I watched the match and see what transpired. Real Madrid, at least, if not for 80%,
like
if
I
not for 100,
I
give them 80%.
You win some,
but
you lose some.
Junior and Rodrigo are doing perfectly in that. Seriously. I must give credit to them on this note.
Real Madrid have qualified.
Yes.
Because Real Madrid
having gathered 10 points here.
Yeah.
Real Madrid 9 points.
This match, Real Madrid is meeting Celtic. Glasgow Celtic has been the whipping team of the group.
Yes.
With just 2 points. They just came around this time around to share points. And I see Madrid beating them because Madrid wants to prove a point. They want to maintain the top position, the number 1. And RB
Leipzig, yes, is from Germany,
just a point away from them.
And having said all of this, I think this table has already showcased who's to be qualified to the next stage of the UEFA Champions League.
Donetsk dropping down to Europa League. But as it is, Shakhtar Donetsk who wants to prove a point. Already, the Ukraine team, based on the war that is going on between Ukraine and Russia,
and moving forward again to the Group G,
very compatible as it was.
So the Group G now, here we have a Manchester City,
Group G,
Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla, and Copenhagen. Seeing this group, we all know that Manchester City fight Borussia Dortmund.
City Dortmund in the
second position.
So Sevilla
and Copenhagen
to prove a point. You know, Sevilla didn't start the match well, and so far so good. It's like this should be their third
UEFA champion. No, yes, coach, yes.
Handling them as far as this season is
concerned. Yes, you're right.
They didn't start well. Even at the local league, they didn't start well, and that gives room for the sacking of the coach. And after then, the new coach now is trying to see what he can do. And so far, so good. He has been able to gather 5 points. And today,
despite the performance of the Manchester City in the UEFA Champions League, I haven't seen them in recent time, even for the past 2-3 matches now they've played so far, they've not been performing excellent well. As people do understand that what Manchester City is known for
in football,
in the like of Eddie Haaland.
This is the logic in football. If I'm playing your team, all I need to do is to go and look for the video of the last 3-4 matches your team.
But I believe Pep Guardiola is a very well experienced coach. Coach of Manchester City,
yes.
And he's the kind of person. He's the kind of when he was a footballer, I knew him very well. He's the kind of person that reads your tactics, that knows whom you are, and give you what he knows the roles to play.
Like I was saying, Man City, you play a match, any team you are playing with will go and look for your video of your last 3-4 matches, sit down
and
watch
preview
it. Then through there, the coach will now assign individual player to a task. You see that player, the other number 9, he must not move. If we make a step with him. If you take a step backward, take a step backward with him. If you take a step forward, take a step forward with him. That's where you see player that this player will always click onto the side of a player, trying to disturb, dismobilize him from having any good chance of attacking. Like now, Atlan have played from Mode to RB Salzburg, and from Salzburg to Dortmund, from Dortmund to
Manchester City.
Manchester City. And so people are watching his kind of game, his style, and what makes him tick.
Are you not
And there
seeing
are
it
some
in
defenders,
this direction? That
there are some defenders that, okay, let me watch him. This is what he does. If I can be able to curtail him from doing this, I think I'll be able to drop this.
But on the other side,
it's just like Virgin by Eye, Liverpool defender. The first 2-3 seasons, he moves away from Southampton to Liverpool. He was like a rock at the defense. But today, what's the difference? So many players have captured and learned about his weakness and his style.
Yes, exactly.
And today, you can see the difference that Liverpool and Van Dijk are struggling.
Exactly. In fact,
so you, like I keep saying, you can't be a champion forever.
We are still coming there also, but looking in the likes of Manchester City, Haaland is not that performing on the way he played, the way he started his career in Manchester City this season. Looking at the way the rate of his score line and the rate of how he normally utilizes his chance and positioning.
That's what I said earlier. I said, as the match progresses,
things change.
Things change because the video of previous match are now available for your opponent to watch.
And on this note, we need Guardiola need to do something reasonable very fast
to learn your weakness. And
there's a lot of agitations going on the street saying Guardiola and the coach of Liverpool, what's it called?
Jurgen Klopp,
is getting tired and even getting overstayed in those clubs. Haven't seen all of this. We all say, okay, well,
if we are talking of overstaying,
yes,
we have coaches that have spent 25, 22,
in the like of Sir Alex Ferguson. Those are the veterans.
Ferguson spent 25 years with Man U.
Manchester United, yes, in those days.
Arsene Wenger spent almost 22 years with Arsenal.
Yes.
David Moyes spent 11 years. I don't see a coach spending up to 10 years with a team. But Guardiola is spending how many years now with Liverpool, with Man City? And the reason is still there is they believe he can get them what they want.
Because I strongly believe Man City also struggled.
What is Manchester United interested in? To win the Champions League.
Yes.
They've been able to gather the FA Cup and the English Premier League. Just what remains for them.
But Manchester City need to
moving out of England
to also restructure and replan their forward.
Stamp their feet in Europe, that they are still a force to be reckoned with in Europe. They're so far so good. We can only see that Guardiola was able to take them to the semi-final and to the final, where they lost to Chelsea. And like I said, that match final against Chelsea is like Guardiola didn't know himself again, because you needed this trophy with this team.
Yes.
And on the final day, look at the lineup you now brings out. Your lineup that is attack minded happens to be.
I remember the game that was when Chelsea. Kai Havertz proved himself.
At the end of the day,
and still that
won with just that
ball with a long goal,
and that was
till 90 minutes.
And after then, they've not been able to get to the final again.
As I said, Manchester City, Pep Guardiola needs to do something in the likes of Foden, Haaland, and other players.
And you see, one funny thing is this: when you have too much players, you get confused.
They always be competitive.
How to line them up. And like they said, you don't change a winning team, but that winning team is not the only team you have.
Another
So you
interesting
must
group
always
here moving
have
ahead.
the other players to have a say of the pitch.
Seeing this group H, what can you see? What is your expectation before now and after now? Seeing PSG, Benfica, Juventus, and Maccabi, or knowingly well, Maccabi Afia, we all know before now that he is not going to qualify
Yes.
in this group because this group seems to be a lion den that you can't trespass between these three giants. Talk of Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, from France, Benfica, from Scotland, and Juventus from the almighty Italy. And
let me start with Paris Saint-Germain.
yes, PSG.
Paris Saint-Germain is just like Man City.
That's in the like of Neymar.
They have the players,
Messi.
They've won everything. Just one thing they are after,
And they have
which is the UEFA
Mbappe, yes,
which they have not tested before.
So,
and in France, it's only Marseille that have tested that trophy. And after there, no other team.
That's those days.
In those days. And we still remember vividly the circumstances after the Marseille winning that resulted in some people going for prison for match fixing.
Wow.
Today, Paris Saint-Germain have tried everything. They've played in the final almost twice or thrice now, and they've not been able to. Even the far back then, when they bought the president of Liberia now, George Weah, from Monaco to PSG, and from PSG, they had issue with Milan because they met Milan, and instead of Milan playing, Milan started discussing on how George Weah can move from PSG to Milan, and eventually it happens. But PSG were not happy that we are having a match, and instead of you coming, let's have the match, you are already trying to buy up my player. But and when he moved to Milan, he made his mark, and he was crowned the World Footballer of the Year that year, 95, for a job well done. Wow. But since then, Paris Saint-Germain have not been able to hit the top of the European football the way they have hit French football league on.
Despite the heroes, the icons.
And today they have
the competent
they have the three musketeers.
Yes.
Neymar, Messi,
Mbappe.
And Mbappe. And so
those
far,
are the three giants.
Champions League record. Mbappe in Champions League have 6 goals. Mo Salah have 6 goals.
Wow.
Erin Adams have 5 goals. Lewandowski, goals. Lionel Messi, PSG, 4 goals. So if you can look at that, this thing I just read out now, you discover that PSG alone have 2 players
among the competitive
competitors, among the top scorer, yes. Mbappe and Messi. The 2 of them have had 10 goals in this year's Champions League.
Claimed them having 11 points.
Which have given Paris Saint-Germain the highest goal scoring team. So
the UEFA Champions League presently
as we are talking. So Paris Saint-Germain with Messi, and you discover that Messi have played all his entire life with Barcelona.
But still, yes, Barcelona is still looking for him now for his return.
Looking for his return. But I keep wondering if at the age of 36 you are still looking for his return, what do you think he can come back to do?
Do you know what that aggravated an argument over the weekend?
Right now, I think Barcelona should be looking for a younger player to groom that will take over Lionel Messi.
But see, I haven't said
looking
this.
For Lionel Messi's return to Barcelona.
Lionel Messi, when you talk of experience, exposure, capacity, ability in football, you can't compare with any other player.
You can't compare with any other player, but like we keep saying then, that let him move to another club and let's see his performance.
Yes,
And
which
now
he did.
he has moved, and this should be the 3rd year or 2nd year running, and we've seen the impact he's having in PSG.
But
But
there is a comparison now.
the impact is having in PSG is just in French Ligue 1 competition, not
In
in
the
Europe, where
Europe.
they need it most. If you look at their Ligue 1 match for the past 3, 4, 5 seasons, it has been PSG winning.
Yes.
No, but at least for the past 7
Consecutively.
it has been PSG. So what is there again for them in Ligue 1? Is to move to Europe.
And
And
see,
in Europe, they've not been having that fantastic showpiece they've been having in French Ligue 1. So that alone is a game settler for PSG.
but I haven't said all of this. There's a lot of agitation going on over the weekend that if Lionel Messi mistakenly or by his decision over the work after the World Cup have the mission and vision of returning back to Barcelona, his lifetime now looks like the way Cristiano dos Santos, what Ronaldo doing now in Manchester United. Because seeing
Like-
what Cristiano Ronaldo is playing nowadays, a lot of people are saying, well, he has spent all his entire life, and starting from the Sporting Lisbon to Manchester United, going through to Madrid, from Madrid going to Juventus and returning back to Manchester United now, because there is a lot of passes that is expected of Ronaldo to perform excellently well when Ronaldo is still Ronaldo. At the end of the day, you see Ronaldo giving a pass that is not accurate.
Today, Ronaldo is 36 years. And you don't compare. Let me go back to this tennis star. He said, this guy that just retired from
Bejaroda.
Yeah. He said
at 41, he retired.
That he knows that
the immunity
in his body is no longer there like
again
20 years ago when he was still a younger person.
Very active then.
Like I keep telling people, as you are aging, some certain things you used to do would not be the same. It's just like this morning, I was going through the Facebook and I saw 2 pictures of our former president, Olusegun Obasanjo. His present day picture and when he was a military officer. And
in those days.
And the person said,
as far back as in the 90s,
that
70s,
it can never be the same all the time. And today, looking at that picture makes me to remember that, yeah, good old days have passed by. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, old days have passed by.
But I would say all of this
now going for them is that ability
is no longer there.
To move is still there, but the strength is no longer
there. The creativity is there.
Is still there.
But the ability to explore on the pitch
is no longer there. And like you can see, Ronaldo, with his eyes closed, knows where the goalpost is. Lionel Messi, with his eyes closed, knows where the goalpost is.
That's exposure and experience.
With his eyes closed, knows where the goalpost is. But today, they are no longer 22 years old. They are no longer 23 years.
They are above 35.
They are above 33, 35.
Yes.
So, fatigues have come in.
Yes.
The strength and the stamina is no longer there. And I don't see Ronaldo, Lewandowski, or Messi playing beyond 2025. Wow. And like Messi have already said, this is going to be his last World Cup.
Yes.
Ronaldo, the same thing. Maybe after this, they will be thinking about coaching career.
Yes, Messi even said it recently, was it not 2 or 3 days ago, that after the World Cup in Qatar, then he will now determine
whether he will still play
for Barcelona or
not.
Moving ahead for his personal.
Most of them, like
lifestyle.
Ronaldo, I see him if after the World Cup he still wants to play football, I don't see him playing more than one season.
And on this
And
note,
the
we
two of
say
them, not
kudos
is
to
taking
Cristiano
them to.
Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, because they have already done it fantastically well in the sport of, in the world of football.
Yes,
Because when you talk of the Ballon d'Or, at least they've both collected it. If not exaggeration, at least more than five times.
yes,
To the two of them, and that is the highest rank in football for you to have attained that level, to have gotten the Ballon d'Or from the FIFA. It's not a child's play, and it's not it's not a joke. Let's put it like that. And on this note, we say a very big thank you to all our viewers, all our subscribers. Please keep watching, subscribe, and share, likes. Drop your comments for any observation, any comments. Just type on Newsbuster NGTV, share, like, and repost. Let's have your feedback. Communication without feedback is not complete. Can you just contact us on 08168 476778 for any of your comments at all, or any part you felt we have not mentioned. Just feel free to message us. And on this note, Mr. Stanley, I say a very big thank you.
Thank you so much
for obliging our call at all.
Yes,
we sincerely
we
appreciate
just have
you.
to give the viewers what they want to see and what they
Exactly.
want to hear.
Exactly. And as we are saying now, we are moving ahead to the UEFA Champions League tonight. And tomorrow, let's see how it goes. The scoreline, let's have your view. Like I said, and from here, Newsbuster NGTV, we say bye for now.
Bye.